Alright, what up, y'all? It's Metaphor back for more to kick the ball, represent everyone's you and I verse. We're going to do a video on Sagittarius rising with Libra in the 11th house. 11th house being Humanitarian Association. And the 11th house with Libra here being initiating, creating new ways of relating, communicating, thinking. In this new way of relating, communicating, and thinking, you have this way of associating with new individuals at all times. So it's really like Sagittarius rising, which is what this series is based on, gets this premonition or this vibe or this feeling that, okay, these people are cool, I can open myself up. And that's where your 11th house Libra open, brings itself into fruition. So you always initiate and create a new way of thinking about the group that you're in, right? So if it's like a group that you don't want to be in, you're like, okay, you're thinking about them. But if you think about like it's a group that you're actually like, okay, to finish the group that you don't want to be in, you're thinking about them, but you're like thinking, okay, how can I get away from this association? How can I find a way to initiate and create a new way of communicating that I don't want to be around this individual, this group of people, this kind of individual association, right? Like to say you're a part of a band and you want to go solo. Boom. Okay, you know what I mean? You're going to initiate and create a new way of like this would be opposite, this would be like your 5th house expression. So like it'd be your Aries way of expressing yourself and saying, okay, I have this feeling that I should go solo and move away from this group. So you're gonna Libra initiate and create a new way of communicating. Look, I need to go solo for my 5th house. You see what I mean? The way I want to express myself. It's a good way to put it. So, and then also Sagittarius being mutable fire, being able to adapt to the ways of expressing oneself, express and the way others express themselves. So like, you can adapt your fire to burn in the fireplace the way that the fireplace is built, not just in a fixed nature, like having a big fireplace like Leo, or Aries burning how the fire wants to burn, maybe even uncontrollably. You know what I mean? The fire getting too big, maybe you put some gas in the fire. That's the Aries fire. You know what I mean? Like to spark that and then boom. You know what I mean? So on the other side, like if you were the group that you actually do appreciate, like, okay, I want to stick with these individuals, you're going to be thinking about, okay, what is ways to make this group better, or what is ways to bring this group together more often. You see what I mean? So you probably be the program director. A good example of the group that you want to be in, we have this family reunion that I just had the knowledge of this past couple months. And this is actually going to be the 73rd reunion this next year. Went to the 72nd this year, I mean to say. And I'm like, wow, okay, there's been keeping this going. There's been a program director for each and every one of these times. See what I mean? So maybe this program director, has a Sagittarius rising. They are a Libra. So that would make a whole lot of sense if their sun sign is acting in that 11th house way as a Libra, but with the Sagittarius rising. You see what I'm saying? Because they want to create a family reunion. Like, bring that fire and be able to adapt to everybody's ways of expression, and they want to, just bring everybody together. And that Libra would have that association, you see what I mean? That's a perfect way to explain it, I think. So say you're Sagittarius rising, you don't have any groups at all. This is another way that you could break it down. You want to bring your own fire out and initiate and create your own way of relating and your own way of communicating and your own way of thinking. Maybe bring in a whole new mindset. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't always just depend on, like I say, you get this feeling. You're like, okay, I feel like these people have the right morals and I can, adapt to them and we have the same kind of, like if you think about it this way, you have your chart ruler being Sagittarius, we have the same Jupiterian nature, we have the same knowledge and wisdom. So like, for example, somebody may have the same, spiritual system, to say, like they're into astrology and they're checking out their rising sign just like you are, and you're like, dang, okay, maybe this person is a Pisces and it's a square sign, so you're like, okay, I gotta adapt to their feeling, but it's a square, so like, I don't want to bring out the fire and just burn all the water away and make it steam, and just have this relationship go into the air and just be, up in the air relationship. I really want to bring this fire and actually keep the water here is to help me sustain the air. You know what I mean? Have my fire burn, but that water stays there to make sure the air doesn't get too dry. You see what I mean? So like, think about having a big fire burning in your home, like a furnace or like a fireplace, and you have a little cup of water, so that way it like dehumidifies the air, kind of thing. Like, I mean, not dehumidifies. I mean to say, humidifies it. The opposite would be if you're like in the basement and it's too wet in there, like kind of like the air is too muggy. You see what I mean? Then you have a dehumidifier, and that'd be bringing that air in to suck the moisture out of there. So, kind of more of a practical nature, more of an earth kind of thing. Whole other subject. A little bit of a tangent, like I say. But, like I'm saying, if you're that Sagittarius rising and you want to find that association, then just put out your own fire. Like, say, if you're an artist, put out your own project, put out a solo project, and you'll find that group to relate to. You'll find even that you putting out the solo project, your people that are your soul group, like your people that are vibing with you and are in the same kind of space as you, that's your association. So there's another way to look at it, like the internet, so to speak. So yeah, holla back at me at conscious1347@gmail.com. And once again, that is conscious1347@gmail.com. So yeah, like I say, as I represent everyone's universe, you know what I'm saying? That's what I meant to say, as I say. But the artist, Metaphor 7, is which I represent as my artist name, and everyone's universe is my producer name. So yeah, holla back at me with the music. I put out my full project Origins. I can check that out on my playlist. And check out any of your rising videos. Like I say, you Sagittarius rising. You dig what I'm saying? Got one more video to complete your series in the 12th house. So yeah, holla back at me, y'all. Much love. Like I say, hit me in the email if you want a natal reading. And you know what I'm saying? Peace and love. You believe in all that.